1996. He also whistles many final of the Men World Championship in Brazil, Brazil Cuba final, and 3 finals World Championship and 3 finals World League. And upon his arrival to at the head of the rules of the game and refereeing commission, he works hard to change the mentality of the referees and to establish a new mode of refereeing in volleyball. I think that you know who is our host. Now he is Mr. Willie Paredes, President of Refereeing Rules of the Game and Refereeing Commission.
Excellent.
Now,
Excellent.
I give the floor to CAVB President, Dr. Amr Alwani, which also I thank him very, very much to organize these web seminars for African referees. Thank you. You have the floor, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I'm very happy to see my family. And you know, the referee commission, I always consider them the best people for discipline and teach people to be disciplined. Of course, I know that Majid is here, Lazrak is here, and I know that Barada is here from the referee commission. And behind the scene, we have too many people around, like Nasser Shaban and Tawfiq and so on. And we have, of course, Tariq Sulaiman and Tariq Adwar. We have Hisham and Enzo. But for me, you said a lot of history. And I'm very happy to have Willie with us. He's one of the pillars of referee in the world. But allow me, before we start, I would like you to have a moment of silence because of the memory of Hassan. You know, today is 1 year past since he went away. You see now? So it is good occasion that all the family of refereeing and people who cares are attending his day, 1 year since he passed away. So allow me 1 minute of a silence in respect to him and his generation and the students he teach all over the world. And of course, all of us are friends of him. And let us start from now. God bless his soul. Okay, I believe that it is very, very nice occasion that we have Willie, and in the same, welcome Willie in your home, because referee is the center of our sport, and the knowledge of the referees and the discipline are always behind our volleyball success. So good luck in your webinar, good luck in your discussion. And I'm very, very happy to have you all. And you will be between friends, and you will never believe it. In Africa, Willie, we usually every year, we have too many meetings. We call it high performance, select all the international referee in one meeting, but of course, Corona make a difference. So I believe this meeting will be followed by thousands. So good luck in your presentation. Good luck, Willie. Good luck, Majid. Good luck, Barada, and everybody, Muhammad. And I hope that Charles will be around, but he's not. Now, good luck for CVB headquarters to conduct a fruitful and useful discussion and increase the knowledge of referee in Africa And I hope there is some people on the Facebook from Europe and everywhere will be joining. So welcome home. Good luck, Willie. Good luck, everybody. Thank you. Let us start.
Thank you, President.
Okay.
Yes, Willie.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. My dear friend, Dr. Goni, it's a real pleasure for me to participate in this webinar from the African Confederation to the referees, or all of African referees. It is a big pleasure really for me to attend, to make this seminar for all of you. Now we try to do the best as possible. And but first, before starting, I wish just to say something about what you said regarding my dear friend, my brother, passed away unfortunately 1 year ago, Hassan, because as Majid already mentioned in his presentation, it was many times we shared competition together with Hassan, including I was very happy to be with him in the final match in the World Championship, the Men's World Championship in Brazil in 1990. We did a good job at that time as well. And really it's a good moment to remember him. And nothing best than to do this kind of webinar in his land and his continent. And as you know, I'm sitting here in the presidency of the Refereeing and Rules Game Commission. At that time, he was only the refereeing commission, not the rule of the game. Now are both commissioned together. So it's a big honor to me succeed him after continue him working, starting by him in 2012. So it is let's say it's a special moment really, because I felt very much when you say that moment of silence for him, and really I appreciate that, Dr. Igwani, because he's a really deserving people, really he was. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's Majid is on your hand. You let me know. You tell me please what to do, what is going on, and what we proceed with.
Just I will give you. Just I will. We will in time. We will begin the presentation now. If you are ready, no problem.
That's okay. Well, okay. No problem. Let's go ahead. So let's go ahead. Please, starting. Share your screen with everybody in order we can follow the presentation in there. The
okay.
PowerPoint presentation. That's good.
You have the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay.
I hope everybody can see that. Just before starting, a few rules for everybody is please to keep the microphone unmute. The microphone unmute in order to avoid problems with the communication. And another hand is we are going to present the topics one after the other, and when finish a topic, you can ask for some questions. If you need to ask some questions, please do it. And you can do it anytime by messaging to Majid. Majid will take care, he will take note of the question sent by you, and I will answer those questions after finishing any topic, each topic, okay? This is kind of few rules for following that in the best way possible. Okay. Then I will try to speak as slow down as possible in order most of you can understand me well. Probably we have a different phonetic in our language, so it's just in order to be very well understanding what I'm speaking now. Let's start with the role of the referee. The role of the referee for the modern volleyball. We are speaking about the modern volleyball. So it's in this volleyball, I can see there, you can see there as well, what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of modern volleyball? What is the role of the referee in modern volleyball? Entertain. Entertain is a big word. But this is essential that all understand that today's volleyball is a sporting just of immense value for the teams involved in a match. But it's also a show of the highest level for enjoyment and delight of the public in the stadium, and TV and streaming viewers. Not only TV, remember, not only TV now, we have streaming viewers, a lot of streaming viewers around the world now. And the referee role is to be, for sure, part of the game, because referees are part of the game, but acting in the backstage. What do you mean backstage? Be invisible. Invisible is the best way of refereeing. Just be part of the game, but in the backstage. Nobody must know that you were there. Please don't go so quick. Wait my order to say you next. I'm sorry, go back again. Back again, please. Okay. Okay, well, just that. So remember to allow the show while not surrendering control of the match. Allow the show doesn't mean the player can do whatever they want. It's not that. It's not this. We need to have control of the match the whole time, from the beginning till the end. But allowing the show is a way of saying. You will see later on during the other slide. Next, please. Well, we need to understand, the referees need to understand that the only leading role is played by the players. They are the stars. They are the main actors. The role of the referee is to manage the game within the rules in force, allowing the show and avoiding any protagonism. I mean, the protagonist from the referees itself. We can believe in it, we can open it, we can let the players to be the protagonists of the match, not the referees. That is why the referee must accompany the game. It must go together with the game. And the players must decide the outcome, the result of the game. This is what we need now. This is generally speaking, and we'll go into details a bit later. Next, please, Anjit. Well, we will be in a position, assuming this, to understand that the role of the referee is much more delicate nowadays than it was years ago. Much more delicate than it was years ago. Because today the referee must accompany the game and be an important tool, almost an important tool of the FIVB and the Volleyball Federation around the world to develop our sport and lead it to the highest position in the world of sports spectrum. This means that we are very important part from the FIVB, because we are the FIVB into the rules of the game, sorry, into the field of court. By applying the rules of the game in the proper sense, not like before, in the proper sense right now, allowing the show, allowing the players to be the stars of the game. And this way we're helping the FIVB to get our sport number one family sport in the world very soon. And this is what we need to understand. That's okay. Please, Meji, let's. So this is just a general way to say, understand your role in modern volleyball. Understand your role in modern volleyball. Under this, we are going to start with our presentation now, okay? Starting by the session number 1, which is the next slide, please. This is the session 1. Here, we will see something between the old style of refereeing and the modern refereeing we are looking for now. We are studying, we started some years ago. So next, please. Well, we have nowadays, the style of referees are different from the referees 20 or more years ago, but not only 20 or more years ago, probably different from referees in 4, 5, 6 years ago as well, because the old refereeing used to be fierce and intransigent. The referees used to be fierce and intransigent in the past, not allowing any discussion from the players. They used to cut this sometimes in a fiercely way, stopping the players in a very, very strong way, very challenging way. They were tough, not accepting any reaction from the players, not even those simple and spontaneous reaction. You put yourself in your brain, thus all referees, or not all referees, that veteran referees, what they know well, what I am speaking now. We used to be very strong. We used to be decisive, in extremely way decisive, reaching sometimes and overacting and challenging the player, instead to controlling them, challenging the player. Many times we did that. The use of cards was too strict and quickly in the past time, many times leading to show many cards in a match. We had an example. I told just before about the final match between Hassan and me, between Cuba and Italy in the 90s. I don't remember how many cards we show in that match. I mean, we show because we refereeing together always, no? So this is, we were very strict and quickly. This is the way of the old style, the refereeing. But the modern refereeing is a bit different now. Why? Because now the referees are polite and keen understanding the player in kind, polite and kind, understanding the players and some questions, complaints they do through our match, providing a good environment to the game. We not really need to be so polite the whole time. We must be polite the whole time with the player. We must be kind with the players. We don't need to be challenging with the player. We need to understand the feeling of the player while they are under pressure playing the match. We need to answer the questions. We need to understand those complaints throughout the match. We need to provide a good environment to the whole match, the complete match. The referees now, they are proactive with the game. They're helping the players to do their best just because the referee understands the modern game, which is the modern volleyball. Only when it is extremely necessary, we need to apply a card. And that not mean it's necessary when we apply the card. That does not mean it's necessary that we must be decisive. We can do this even in the polite ways. We cannot shout the player or treat him like a military way just for showing a card. It is not possible. We need to do this in the polite way as well, taking control of ourselves. The use of cards should be only when there is no more room for the players to understand they must control their behavior and keep it within the rules. This is the behavior of the player must be within the rules. I'm telling play, but it's also including the coaches as well and the coaching staff completely. But it's necessary to understand that, and we need to go through our smooth way in not going rude, exceptionally decisive, very tough, challenging with the coaches and the players and the coaches. Next, please, Majid. What is the difference, the attribute and their predecessors, or how the referees need to be better in vision, in observation, and knowledge, and understanding today's game? What sort of vision? The vision is that the sport now is much faster. Consequently, there is a need for optimize the optical position, and there is a need for anticipation. There is a need for understanding, giving an extra understanding to the player, because the sport is very much faster than before. So we need to understand this situation as well. We need to understand that the old referees were pretty active on the refereeing chair, doing a lot of movement. Yes, we did so. And then we changed into the opposite way, to create manufactured referees, robotic referees with almost no movement at the chair, on the chairs. We need to feel that the referee sometimes is fearing or taking a fear from the referee delegate that in the past was That in the past was. Now it's no longer referee delegate. Now we have a referee coach. And the referee coach is helping the referee instead to be against the referee. The main interest for referee now is to take the right decision, not limited by a fear of what the referee coach might say. Why I say so? Because referee coach is here for helping the referee. We are not longer qualifying the referee. The referees are not longer under test every match they do, like it was in the past. When the referee delegate was in charge, referee delegate means it was an administrative person almost taking evaluation of every match the referee do. So it's providing an extra pressure on the referee, nervousness on the referee. But now it's no longer so. We changed into a referee coach. The coaching style is if we need the referee, which is our player in our team, to be connected with the match in the moment of the match, not with the referee coach or with the referee delegate in the moment of the match. As you remember, many times when you did something wrong or tried, or you got in doubt for doing something, usually you got a quick glance to the refereeing delegate table just to see if the referee delegate was writing something on the form. Now it's different. So this form of pressure we delete from the referee life now. Go to the next, please. Next, please. Again, sorry. Now, the observation. What kind of observation? Rules observing the spirit, yes. And that the process of watching the action involves getting into a good position rather than being stationary on the referee chair. Observing the rules in the spirit. What does it mean? We're not following textually the rule. We don't need to follow in textually the rules of the game. We need to understand, interpret the rule, and apply at the right moment of the match. Not all the moments of the match are the same. They are different. The process of watching the action is very important in this case. Because of the speed of the game, we need to get movement, some movements, and the referee chair, or even in the second referee walking around the post, the pole, just to take the good and the best position, instead to be stationary without movement on the referee chair. The need for good decision making is absolutely primarily. This always, the image which we have created of the stationary referee is very different that, because what we need is not to take care about movement. What we need is to take the right decision, the good decision. You know why? Because spectators don't care about the movements. Neither do the coaches or player, nor even the TV cares. The TV viewers cares about the movement of the referee. For sure, the referee needs to move his or her body and head to see those small touches and a better control of the play at the net. I will show later on in a video as well some kind of situation where it is extremely necessary that the referee makes a movement. Now we have no more referee delegates, I told you. So we don't need to be afraid of that, to be fair of the referee delegate. We don't need at all to be that. Instructing, teaching, correcting. This is the work of the referee coach now. Imagine that we are a team because we are a team. The referee is the third team in the court. There is one team, the A, one team, the B, and there is another team, which is the refereeing team, the team R, let's say, because referee, the first, the second, the channel referee, the scorers, the line judges, and the reserve referee. We all are a team. And this team also deserves to have a coach to unify criteria, to get instruction, to get correction, to do the feedback after the match, telling you if you made a mistake, why did you do this mistake? Because you're watching in a different way, because you was I don't know, in the bad position for controlling the action. This is the way we need to do. What people care, only the people care about invisible refereeing, making sensible decision, but invisible refereeing. This is good. This is good to understand. All of these things, the presentation and so, most of them are prepared by myself and by together with Sandy Steele, former president of the Rules of the Game Commission for many years, and now is a leader in the group of education in our commission. So it's we share a lot of material in the preparation of presentation and so. And this is the way we try to tell the referees what is the modern referee now, what is the difference with the referees now with the former referee before, with the last referees. I'm sorry, the last time referees. Please go ahead and next. What is necessary now? In knowledge. Knowledge the rules of the game and others, another thing. What do you mean is that not only the rules of the game must be well knowledge and understood by the referees. The guideline and instructions, the casebook are very important material we need to know, you need to know. All the referees in the modern volleyball needs to be well aware and very well deeply knowledge of all of documents, rules of the game, guideline and instruction, and a casebook. And you have facility, the possibility now very easily to get in contact with the website, the CAVB website, and the e-learning platform, in our e-learning platform, to see every document in there. Material, not only document. We have a very nice video case book, which is we can follow the cases, but not only by wording, just also, but you can consult by watching videos in there, watching video clips in there. So it's indifferent to the old times, we have in new times now a very good material available at any time for consulting. It's no longer necessary to bring with up a lot of papers, books. Just simply, we need to use our devices, the telephone, the tablet, the computer, the laptops also. Every year we have new material. Every year we have new material. Before were not material of the almost no material. In fact, it was some issues studied many times ago from the guideline and instruction. But the rules of the game was our main book, and nowadays still the same. Our main book, but we have some others to consult for consulting. But every year we have new material. Even the rules of the game is changing every 4 years, sometimes if necessary, but we have every year adapting some things, instruction, different approaching, and so throughout the guidelines and instruction, throughout the casebook. Video clips. We have video clips in our e-learning platform, the CAVB, showing play in action regarding almost all the rules of the game. The most important remaining, but regarding that, so we have available video clip for that too. Not before, not in the past, not the old referee. The new referee has many possibilities for that. Now we have technology. What it means, the technology? Technology is a lot of things. Technology challenge regulation. It's a challenge procedure. It's the e-score sheet. It's the wireless connection between referees and so. We are going to speak specifically about the technology in the next topic. But this conforms the whole technology. Just for seeing something, I will show you a couple of slides now, the next following, with one frame of a difference in the challenge video footage can separate a ball being judged in or being judged out. Just this for you to see now. Go to next, please, Majid. You see here, there is a picture. This is a line ball. You see the picture. There are two. One is fluttering, and the moment when the ball hits the floor. And you know how the expansion is, the ball is flattering this ball. While the same ball is completely no, when touching the floor is not flattering at all. I mean, I put the ball on the floor, you can see this ball is not touching the line. Any part of the ball is touching the line. The one before, the one in front. But while the other one hit it at the same point, yes, it's touching the full line, the full width of the line. It's very important to take into consideration that technology brings to solve this kind of situation. Now look at why. Next slide, please. Could you play that video, please? Look at the video here. Click again and play. That's okay, it's playing now. Okay. Okay. You see two different actions. Why? Two different actions. Go back, play again, please, Majid. Play again. Go. Okay. The first side on the ball is this ball is out for the human eye. Go back, please, again, play again, and try to stop when the first touch in the floor, when the first moment the ball touches in the floor. Try to stop it. That this ball is out? Yes. No, go back, please. Go back, please. Again. Again. Now see that. Okay. When you see this, well, now you see this. No, please stop in there. Go back. No problem with it. Okay. Go. No problem. Don't worry. Okay. Play again. That's leave it there. Okay. Let's stop it there. Just it's okay. It's okay. No problem. You can see the ball. The human eye can see the ball leaving the floor, but not when the ball is landing. Not the moment when the ball is landing on the floor. And you can see when the ball lands on the floor, then roll a bit because the angle of the falling, the angle is not vertical, so it's rolling a bit and then leave the floor again. And the two difference here is in the human eye, it's almost impossible to see that. We see when the ball is leaving and not when the ball is arriving, and the moment when the ball is hitting the floor. Well, the technology here is helping us a lot, and we correct a lot of not say mistake, a lot of wrong decision taken in the past because of our human eyes. Okay? Now it's okay. Go to the next, please, Majid. Well, understanding today's game, the concept of the game. It is an overall concept of the game and not only about the rules of the game. The rules of the game is a part of the game. And we need to understand the concept of the game. The concept of the game is started by the rules construction. When we're studying, it's not only the rules of the game. We need to understand the spirit of the rules of the game, the spirit of the game as well. We need to understand the construction of the rules of the game. This is that taken into consideration the spirit of the game. The coaches, the referees, and the sports at attentiveness for catching attention of spectators and TV viewers. This is the spirit of the game. What we need to do is to try to catch the attention of everybody surrounding us, everybody following our sport. The players play for victory. Coaches prepare the team for playing for victory. The referee trying to accompany the game in being as fair as possible in order to not disturb anybody. He tried to avoid as much as possible to be part of the result of the game, the outcome of the game. So it is, we need to do that for understanding the concept of the game, the spirit of the game, and the rules construction, that the game, over the fanatism of the referee for applying the rules textually, must be interpreted in the proper spirit. What they need, probably some referees are very strict followers of the rules of the game, applying textually many times the rules of the game. And we need to understand, this is we can say that fanatism for applying the rules of the game. And we can say, we must be over that. We must avoid that. And instead to this concept, we must incorporate the proper spirit of the game, the concept of the game. Concept of the game is as much as possible the ball is flying. And we need to be proactive in this way, trying that the ball keep flying as much as possible within the rules of the game, but in certain moment of the game, we can adjust this interpretation in order to be in accordance with being concept. The construction of the rules is not only because of that, just this team and this team must play within this rule. It's also to allow that the public understand the rule, the public outside the field of play, the viewers throughout the screens in the world could understand the game as well. So we're not to do some, let's say, secret rules of the game because we are not attractive, we are not becoming popular, a popular sport if we don't understand the rule. I can say here about the football. Football is very simple rules. Everybody knows. Moreover, everybody is coach, everybody's now. I think you in Africa, most of the countries, African countries as well, when somebody is, when the national team is playing, everybody has a different possibilities to put players in there. Choose the players different because everybody knows. If the player is an offside, we know that the player is an offside. When there's a penalty, we know what is penalty. We know what is blah, blah. So it's we need to simplify as much as possible the rules of the game in order that everybody can understand and become most and most popular our sport for the people, for all the people. This is part of the construction of the rules of the game. Attending the sporting just, but attending also the show, the spectacle. Well, anticipating the event. Anticipating the event is again that part of the top level referees know what I'm speaking here. They know where and when an attacks come possibly, and they can see the team movements evolving during a rally if the attack hit is coming from which side of the court, from the back row, from the position number 4, from the center, from the position number 2. So because we are anticipating the event, we know because of position of the player, we know because of the hands of the setters where the possible attack is coming. So it means anticipating the event. In this case, we are prepared because we know we are preparing what to see before. So if the attacking is coming from the back court, we are anticipating and go to move our eyes to the attack line to see if the moment of the jump, the player take off is touching whether or not the attack line. And so to do this, we need to be stabilized in focusing the line and not to be in movement at that moment because we are going not to see very well, probably as an easy way. So this is important, anticipating the event. Anticipating the event doesn't mean anticipate the fault. Anticipate the event is what is next, what is going to happen, and not the fault. You understand what I mean? This is an important thing for today's modern referees. Well, okay, just Majid, please. Within all of this consideration, just simple because we cannot make a course here, of course, but in few words, I can explain what is a modern referee. Just I invite you to be a modern referee, to understand the rules of the game with the entire concept. The entire concept involving the spectacle, involving the spirit, involving the play and everything. Refereeing are only administrative people who are administrating the rules of the game, managing the rules of the game within in the match, within the spirit of the rule, of course. And this is the modern concept. We just not to read and apply, read and apply, read and apply. No, we need to read, understand, interpret what is the meaning in relation with the show, in relation with the spirit of the rule, in relation with the whole concept of the rule of the game, and then apply. This is what we need to be for being a modern referee. Okay. Well, we finished now with this session. So please, Najid, if you have any question, please let me know. If there's no question, no, stop for technology, please. Go back. Have you question? Receive it.
Okay, you understand me?
Yeah, no, yes.
No, be so kind and polite with the player may gives misunderstanding by the player about the personality of the referee. This is a remark from El Kaboub Muammar. I repeat, being so kind and polite with player may gives a misunderstanding by the player about the personality of referee.
Well, no, this is, I understand the question, what they say, but be polite is different. I will tell you some phrase, which is politeness doesn't remove the brave. Politeness does not remove the brave. It just means that you can be polite and you can be strong, good anyway. I will not allow anybody to say me over, let's say, complain me very, very highly, very strongly, or insulting, or doing something. If they insult me, I cannot insult them. If somebody's insulting me, I will not solve the situation, but insulting them, no. I have the tools for doing that. What it means, the rules again. I need to apply the rules of the game in this case. I don't need to do anything aggressive toward the player. We need to see anything challenging toward the player. I need to control myself. I need to control my reaction as a referee and show the proper card. Doesn't matter. This is all. We don't need any other things. You don't need to be a fierce actor or decisive, showing like a military way a card to people, to everybody. No, being polite in the same way as the gentleman, sir, player, name, but sir, you receive a red card because you was so rude in your complaint and your reaction. And so, remember, the control of the referee must be over this situation, controlling and their own behavior of the referee itself, and controlling his or her reactions. Well, we are not on the street. We are not giving the same treatment to the people that we are in sport. We are managing in a sport, so we need to react in the proper way, being polite, being kind. Okay.
We can be polite with a strong personality at the same time.
Sorry, say again.
We can be polite with a strong personality.
Sure, exactly.
So we can give the card with a small smile. When the player he thinks that he must take a card, he doesn't do anything. Just we show him the card and finish.
Yeah, exactly. They say being polite without being, let's say, hard, rude, challenging.
Without being a policeman.
No, it's okay. You can apply the rules. You can apply the cards in any way. The only thing here that you have to show your personality. Your personality is just this: doing the right thing in the right moment. That's it. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the session. I have
Good.
no more question, so
Good.
we can begin. We can go for the second session about the new technology in volleyball, in referring in modern referring volleyball.
Okay.
Yes, please. Ready?
Yes, please. Next. Well, the new technologies we are using here, the new technologies, this the presentation have been done by the Hawkeye people a few times ago, and we are adding some things together with Sandy, adding some other things just to complete the presentation. But the new technology, the FIVB have been using this for, I don't remember, 6-7 years now. But this technology is still in developing, and we are trying all the time to assist the referee to manage the fairest outcome of the match. And the technology is still being developing. We don't know what is going next. Probably next time we are adding some other tool to help. We have some methods, some ball touch, net touch, ball in or out, service line, attack line, blah, blah, floor touch, and so on. But probably for next year, we are incorporating another parts, another things to be checked also by this part of technology, meaning about the challenge system. Go next. Technology is not only the challenge system. There is many things in the challenge. This can to assist the referee, to help the referee, to help not only the referee, to help the volleyball, to help our sport. The video challenge system, VCS, is coming from Hawkeye. Hawkeye is an England company which is providing service to tennis, to badminton, among others, sports in the world, and also providing to the FIVB. But this is official from the FIVB. There are another system of the video for video challenge. Italian has one, France has one. France, no, Russian, some others. But what using officially the Hawkeye system, which is the FIVB technology. We have the score sheet. The score sheet is no longer manual in FIVB competition. It's all in electronic. It's made by Genius, the former Data Project. Data Project sold to Genius, its company, and now it's Genius. I'm sorry, is the company now. We have the tablet. Tablet has no company to provide that. We only specification of the tablet we need, but the brand could be different. We have the headset communication system. The headset communication system we recommend and we use in the FIVB is the Vocero. There are others also, but the Vocero is the good one for us. It's the allowing us to do what we do in the matches. I will explain a bit later about it. Vocero system is also adapted by football because they need to speak without interfering with the sound of whistle. And we have the volleyball information system. We're famous VIS. This is belong to the FIVB. So it's let's explain about that. Please move ahead a bit. The next, please, Majid. Well, we have an overview of how it's working. What is the people connected? What is the challenge process for the system? This diagram shows how all of the hardware items are linked and between them. The first referee, the second referee, the scorer, the two team tablets, the challenge referee, all people linked visually or by speak. There are some others here. Unfortunately, I can't show now in the screen which one is, but you can follow this one. The R1 to the e-score sheet, the tablet to the e-score sheet, the second referee to the e-score sheet, So the channel referee to the e-score sheet, and also the press to the e-score sheet, the television, I mean, to the e-score sheet. What I mean that this is a process for the challenge, how is connected all the process for the challenge. Go to the next, please. What is the position of the challenge referee? It must be facing the first referee always. Why? Because if facing the first referee, it can anticipate the action when it happened, anticipate the action of what is going on, and save some time, save some precious seconds. It would go to be not facing the first referee. We never can see the action of the first referee when the referee deciding what's going on. The challenge referee is always refereeing in a passive way. He is acting as a referee, but in a passive way. Passive way. I mean, it's just following the game from their position, from the challenge booth. And where it be? It be high up in the tribune. It could not be in the floor level. It must be high up in the tribune in order to get possibility to see the whole field of play, for following all the action in there. It must not be overblocked by anyone, by any people. So it must be high in the stands in some way that no people walking in front of this challenge booth could obstruct, could overlook the view of the challenge referee. They must be with a clear and uninterrupted view of the court. That means nothing else in front of them, nothing, nobody, nothing, no column, not nothing in front. He must be sitting close to the challenge operator. You will see in a picture later that where is the challenge operator and the challenge booth, how many people are there, how many equipment they have there to do that. It must be close, sitting next to the challenge operator in order to permit instruction to be relayed. Everything is in contact permanently. You will see also how it operates now in the video. Okay, next, please. The score sheet, the electronic score sheet covers all game situations that can occur during the match. All game situations that can occur over the match. At the end of the game, the official information of the e-score sheet can be uploaded to the central database in order to automatically update the standings, results, sanctions, referees, teams, players, etc. In the past, we need to go throughout the VIS only. The VIS was the only connected to the database. Now we take everything from the e-score sheet. In the page, the score sheet, the manual the score sheet only serves for have the document, the official document of the match. If anything happened during the match, the most important document is the was the score sheet. Now it's the score sheet, same. But all the information to the press and to the website was throughout the VIS. Now the VIS is linking the same way, linking to the website of the CAVB, but the information is coming from the score sheet, the e-score sheet. It's still in the main document in case of any problem, in case of any clash. The main document of a match is the e-score sheet now. But easy to do because it's very friendly, its operation by everybody. Everybody can understand without necessity to be expert in technology. It's just must learn what to do. Of course, must learn what is going with the rules of the game, with the referees, and must be in connection with the referees as well. So it's but not need at all to be as expert in technology for operating the score sheet. I'm sorry to say that this is I cannot do a course. It would need to take a lot of understanding exactly the operation of the score sheet. It should be necessary probably to have 2 or 3 hours speaking only on this. It would need some kind of matches of video for working in that. So this is an overview of the technology. What is the concept for this presentation? Next, please. Well, this is how it looks like. All the necessary controls to filling it up are included in this magnificent tool. I told before, this is the score sheet. We have everything here for controlling. But at the end, we can print out the same format of the manual score sheet is when we print that. We see now, this is the screen we see to operate, everything to operate there. With shortcut keyboard, we can do it. The expert could go throughout, and some other could go throughout the movement of mouse is not well recommended because mouse could be a different way just by taking a movement. So it's a recommendation for more simple actions or for more repeating action like start rally, assign a point, timeouts, and so this could be done throughout the shortcut keyboard. Next, please. We have the tablet. The tablets are not only for teams. We have each team is provided with an electronic team tablet. Hardwired, could not be in Wi-Fi. It must be hardwired in order to allow delays. The hardwired to make it less likely to fail due to the electronic pollution. Normally happen with much electronic pollution in a venue. There are a lot of people, when there are a lot of mobile phones, when there are a lot of tablets circulating. So to avoid delays, we need to connect it by cable, hardwired. Also, the challenge referee has one, like this. And both the referees have, the first and the second referee. And the TV. The TV manager are provided with a tablet linked to the score sheet. They need to know also, because the television not to know, want to understand what this challenge is coming, why, what is the reason, and the final result, of course. This tablet has buttons pre-programmed to cover the timeout, the substitution, and the permitted challenge possibility. Clicking on each one of these, you can request a substitution, a timeout, or a challenge. When you click on challenge, you have the possibility later on is pop up another window showing you what is the possibility for challenging. Foot fault, net fault, block touches, etc., etc. Then the coach or the assistant coach, in fact, choose the right one that they are requesting for. And this is automatically charged and automatically opening in the e-score sheet. You can see on the screen, in the laptop, the e-score sheet, the scorer could see immediately what is recording and requesting by the teams and so on. So tablets are essential. It makes us to not to waste time at all. It must be exactly what is going on, what is happening, what they are requesting. Also, they have the timeouts and two possibilities only. Then, when the two possibilities are substituted, the team has requested the two timeouts. It means that the tablet is being disabled. So it cannot be, even if trying to touching, cannot request another timeout. The same thing happened with the 6 substitutions in there. Next, please.
Yes.
This is by enabling the tablet to the score sheet, we'll activate the app for benches and for the referees and TV. Here is one of the controlling. This is must be prepared and must be done, must be set up before starting a match. All this concept here. And you can see there the option for having. First thing is the first up there, enable e-score sheet type tablet. You can enable whether or not you can click on or just leave it empty. This way you can use, if you enable that, the tablet will be connected the score sheet. If you don't use it, no problem. You can use the score sheet without enable the tablet. And probably in domestic volleyball, you can use it like this. And then you can select the functions for doing. Select the timing in between the request for a challenge until the option is choosing. And then you have the reason for a challenge: ball out, block touch, net touch, antenna, central line fault, service line fault, attack line fault. Here is it's not put in our picture. It's not the floor touch as well. But if you are using another system, different than the Hawkeye, if I say something, probably you not are able to check the floor touch, so you can leave empty the third touch, and floor touch will not be requested for that. And so, next, please. The headset communication system, I said before, is the Volcano. Volcano, why? Because this is a filter system. What it means, filter system? It means that it's very important to filter, because this microphone is activated by the voice. When any one of the users start speaking, the microphone is open, is unmute, and start to activating. So it's activating. You have to say something to the second referee. So yes, at this time, that moment is activating, and I will listen what he or she is telling me. But in this case, if not filtering, you can imagine when the referee whistled the whole time, it could became deaf to the teammate in a seconds, in minutes. So this is very important thing, the filter system. But filter doesn't mean this is open. Doesn't mean it is open. For instance, first and second referee are this filter system, automatically filter system. When they speak each other, they understand it. Not each other. Everybody is understanding. Everybody connected can listen. Only 4 people: the first, the second, the challenge, and the scorer. Only 4 people. They can be connected all when they are speaking. First or second referee is okay, but the scorer and the challenge referee need to use a technology with this push button, push to talk. They have a 30 bytes pushing in the time when they want to see something in order to open the microphone. If they are speaking, nobody will understand. If they are speaking without pushing, nobody will understand. Nobody will understand. Nobody will hear, because it's nothing to do. This is because the scorer sometimes needs to speak with the assistant scorer, needs to speak with the people surrounding there, giving some answer to the technical delegate. And so, because of the challenge referee, need to speak with the challenge operator. So, but when they need to do something openly for everybody, it must push to open and speak, to open the microphone and speak. Understand? Okay, well, next, please.
Next.
Yeah. And this is the VAS. The VAS is used by the FIVB only. Of course, everybody, every national federation, every continental confederation could use the VAS because it's belonging to the FIVB. No question. But when this option is enabled, it will permit to upload the score sheet data to the FIVB database. But we do with this, automatically we can follow point after point and all over the world the situation with the match. We can follow in without watching the match. We can follow in the updating moment when how is the score in this moment. In this,
ممكن تجيب لي كوبايه ميه من تحت دي.
I'm sorry, somebody's talking. Please, could you mute your microphone? Well, this is the meaning of connecting the FIVB database. And the other side is the FIVB VIS is the one providing information to all the press in detail about the statistics of the match and everything regarding to the match, exactly regarding to the match. Okay. Well, next, please. Majid, are you still alive? Yes. Well, you see here, this is a typical challenge booth. It's set up an operating team. You see here the many monitors, many technology devices in there, and the 4 operators they are working there. Here, the first one, the lady there, she's an expert really. She's Charlotte. She's in this case, because in this side of the position, she's the challenge operator, the main in this group of operators. She's the one who is in contact with the referee delegate. Sorry, with the referee, the channel referee. She's the one who is in contact with the channel referee, watching the action and following the action. This big equipment, the many equipment they bring to any competition around the world, you can imagine. What is this? Okay, next, please. This is a video. The next, please. Next. Yeah, play the video. Now we are going to see how it is operating. They are operating. Just see a match, and we are going to replay again later on. But it's the channel referees on the left, yes, and the channel operator is right. The next to him is the channel operator. Now, action is happening. Unfortunately, this is cannot see well the video. Well, it's a bit blinding, impossible to see well. Try again, once again, please, Majid, in order to see if it's possible to see how is the operation, because it's very interesting for you to see the operation, the full operation of the system and the challenge system involved there. Well, apparently it cannot be possible, but I will ask you, Majid, later share this presentation with all of the referees attending the webinar in order they can play this video in their own computer in order to see, well, the speedy of the action, the expertise, the very well trained and prepared crew of the challenge, the Hawkeye challenge, and the very well action of the challenge referee in there for fighting the action. This is a block touch for fighting a production, the final decision in a second. In a second. Try to play again, please. One more time. Look, channel referee is watching the game. It's not watching the game. He's refereeing in a passive way. He's refereeing the game. When he sees something happen after the action finish, immediately he receives a touching with the right hand. Is touching the tablet, and now he's watching ball in or out, asking where was the ball in or out. The situation it come to an automatic. This is automatic. This is automatic. Immediately. Now it's in the biggest screen of the stadium in the middle up, you know, it's showing the final result. That's okay. Well, unfortunately, we cannot see well this, but it's very interesting to know how it's operating, the challenge system. Move to the next, please. No, repeat it now. Move to the next, please. Next slide. Yes. Yes, this one. Play this one now. Well, look at this. This is one of the tools we can use. This is a magnifier. This is the magnifier. When there is something which is not well, exactly well possible, it's not possible to show very clear for everybody, because here even walking, play again, please. Even playing this well in the very slow motion, sometimes could confuse the people because the background is so dark. No, it probably could confuse the people. If we show this on the big screen, probably many people will be upset because they cannot. So they use this tool, which is magnifier, and he can see very clear when the ball touches the fingers of the player. Fortunately, we cannot see it because it's blending the image here, but it's, you can see the video normally, and the video is very clear what I'm saying. Okay, well, this is the way of we have in technology. Technology is one of the most important things we have in the last years in the volleyball. It's helping a lot to the refereeing, helping a lot to the fairness of the in the spirit of our sport, and bringing some fresh air to volleyball. Okay. Well, next. So let's enjoy the technology. This is big change, one of the big changes leading by the President Ari Grasa and the CAVB. Thanks Kim we have here. He imposed a lot of that. I told the beginning was probably 6-7 years starting with using this. He encouraged everybody to start using officially in the Rio Olympic Games. And I think we did a great job in Rio Olympic Games with us. So it's appreciate that the president of the CAVB to encourage everybody to use the technology. Okay, next, please. We finish here this topic. Probably you have any question. If you have, let's go ahead. Otherwise, we continue with the session number 3. Majid. Hello. Hello. Can't hear you.
Mr. Majid, open your mic, please. Open your mic.
Yes, it's open.
No, okay.
Okay.
You are back now.
Yes. Under rules constrictions, does it mean if the level of the two teams are a bit low, you have to be less severe? And if the level is high, then you are a little severe too? A question from Innocent Kumakesh from Uganda.
Oh, what could you say again, please? Didn't understand well.
If rules constrictions, he say that if the teams are a bit low level, you have to be less severe, and if the level is high, you must be more severe.
Well, I understand. Now we're going to speak about the.
You referee according to the level of the teams.
That's a good question, but I will answer this question after seeing here the ball handling, because it's regarding to this topic, to the ball handling, his opinion about. Okay, because the rules are the same. Rules are
yes, rules for the teams are the same. We haven't
exactly,
teams low level and high level.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Yeah. The rules in the rules construction, there is a difference in between. You can see in the rules of the game, the rules book, that there is a ball ladder below the rules. Some rules is telling that for FIVB world and official competitions, blah 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 blah. It means that this is compulsory for applying FIVB world and official competition, blah 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 blah, some kind of different, right? But the normal rule for all over the world is the one, that one which is in the other one. Let's say the mission of the court, or the court dimensions. Court dimensions. Let's say we have the free zone. We have a court is 9 by 9, 9 by 18 divided into 2 square, 9 by 9, and plus 3 meters surrounding, 3 meters of free zone. No? Yeah? And then you have below. For FIVB World and official competition, the free zone is 5 in the laterally and 6.5 at the end of the course. So this is applied, this is obligatory, this is compulsory for FIVB competition, and not for the rest of the competition. The rest of the competition, 3 meters is enough, okay? So this is the rule construction, but the play of the game, the match ball, the handling ball is the same for everybody. Now we will see here, okay.
Okay, second question. Can we anticipate additional hand signal in the modern volleyball to assist the head coach with keeping count of timeouts and substitutions during the sets? I think this could be helped with avoiding delays in the match. This could be seen as proactive and polite by teams and the viewers alike.
Yes, what is the beginning of the question? What it was?
Can we anticipate additional hand signal in the to assist the head coach with keeping count of timeouts and substitutions during the sets?
Yeah, well, it's I don't know what is the meaning. Can we anticipate? Really don't know. I don't know really exactly the meaning of the question. Yes, we can be proactive. Yes, we can be proactive, but I don't understand exactly what is the question itself. Anticipated the signal for timeout or for substitution. Don't understand what is the meaning.
Maybe he wants to say that we can say, for example, for the head coach, you have still 3 substitution, you have still one timeout, or we help the head coach. No?
Yeah. Yes. It's a different. Some styles within the national federation on domestic volleyball. If you can adapt it, you can use it. That doesn't matter. If you are proactive, this thing is good for the sport. It's okay for us as well. In the high level, we don't need that because we have the tablet, and the tablet is counting how many substitutions they have. Tablet is counting how many timeouts they have. This is not needed to do any signal, do any things. But anyway, it's not forbidden at all. If the referee could say, yeah, coach, you have 3 substitutions so far. Okay, thank you very much. Doesn't matter. It's okay.
Third question from Ahmed El-Bahi from Egypt. Is it possible to use the challenge system to check the misconduct of one of the players with another player from the opposing team?
Well, it's not included within the regulation, and I don't think so. I think it's not going. This is depending of the referees, and at least we are not speaking about that. We are not discussing anything to check in about checking the behavior, the misconduct of the player. Good question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. So
Okay.
we go to the third session, ball handling.
Yes, please.
I think it is a very important session, and please, I ask all the participants to pay attention to this session, because we have in refereeing many problems to whistle, to check and to control the ball handling.
Next.
Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Sure. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's start speaking with the overhand pass using fingers. The traditional setting of the players. This is the big concept. This is a big concept. You remember when we are studying this and speaking about the modern refereeing, what it means? What is the big concept? It's entertainment. It's a show, entertainment and a show. That is the great concept that needs to be understood by everybody. We insist the referee should permit overhand finger contact or any other contact that is legal according to the rules. This is written in the guidelines and instruction. Avoiding to be exaggerated when judging double contact. I repeat, avoiding to be exaggerated when judging double contact. And the second hit of the teammate, when setting the ball to a teammate, when the player is setting the ball to a teammate. We are talking here about a situation as if we don't need to be strict, very strict, and exaggerating judging the double contact itself. It's a big discussion nowadays regarding this point. And probably you will see when we are starting with the competitions, slowly but firmly, we are going to relax in a bit this action of the player. Just to keep the concept of entertainment and to keep the concept to allow the show. It's not, most of the time it's just not an advantage for the team with producing that kind of play. If the ball is not well managed, it could be an ugly touch. And they're going to lose precision. And what the setter needs is a precision in order to construct a good attacking. Otherwise, they are not going to be precise when constructing the attacking, and they are going to be probably defending by the opposite team. So this is try to keep the ball as much as possible. We need to do something and be equal and be balanced between the two teams to find a line and not to let's say, not to be so strictly judging this kind, relaxing a bit, relaxing this, allow the player to play a ball a bit more. Any level. I'm talking about the high level and talking about the lower level as well. The lower level, the kids need to understand, let's say, to get practicing, to practice in order to dominate well the ball when they're passing, when they are setting, when they are attacking. And if probably we insist to whistling, double, this player could be frustrated before start to play in volleyball neither. And they left volleyball. They say, no, it's too difficult for me. I will look for another sport. Because we are strictly, and this is not the real, we need to allow them to play like they are, in the same level like they are. Most of the time, the local levels, they are not refereeing top level referees, the lower level of categories. I mean, the youth categories, the under 16, under 18, they are not refereeing by the top level referee. Probably in the local levels, in the cities, The referees in charge of that matches are also low-level referees because they are starting their career at the times. So we need to teach them, those referees, that in the same way they are studying and making mistakes, a lot of mistakes, you can allow the players, the kids, to do such mistakes as well when they controlling the element, the ball. Why? Because they need a lot of practicing to get well managing that ball. And the coaches are in charge of that. The coaches have that duty, and they try to do for sure, because they need to be a good level. The player must be good skills as well. And then constructing a player, they're building a player, they need time. They need time. Instead to many wishes, they see the player, oh, okay, let's go volleyball. I will find some other sport, probably tennis, probably basketball, some other which just a bit more easy for me to play. So this is one of the big concepts we need to understand. Rules of the game doesn't need to be changed at all. We are not going to change the rule of the way of the game, at least and on these times, at least. I don't know in the future what is going on. But what we need to do is to try to, the referees understand that in the high level now in the show, it's good to sacrifice some kind of, or some time of the techniques of the play in favor of the game. Not everything is okay, not everything goes. No, just obvious fault must be called. Obvious fault must be called. This is different. But relax a bit, and don't be so exaggerated when judging the double contact. This is one of the big point here. At volleyball at highest level, we know that because this is an entertainment and a high-level world-class sport, and many times you can see the speed of the game, the ball, the strong of the attacking, and the movement of the player are very fast, trying to get the ball to keep the ball flying, and so they are doing extremely good action in order to do that. And we can break everything just by whistling a double hit in the chain of five, because there was some simple double hits or simple action, which are exactly not double hit, but it was an ugly touch. So we need to understand this, because we need to understand the game. If we understand the game now, this is within the concept of the game. It's part of the game. It's so difficult in our sport to keep the ball flying in the proper way. So this is necessary to understand this position also, this time also. The show is something important. We don't have to delegate control of the match. Of course, we need to be in control of the match. Let the play. And we see the ball from the backstage. But whenever it's necessary, if there is an obvious fault, this should be called. This should be called. This should be whistled. When there is an obvious fault, this should be whistled. Okay, let's go. Sorry, let's next. Go next. We're speaking now about the balls even during the attack. Exaggerated place of attacking balls. As we will see in the coming videos, we have entered into a very dangerous tendency of allowing the players to play exaggeratedly the attack balls. That's different. The attack balls. Attack ball is that ball which is going to the other court, to the opposite court, not the one playing in between the teammates. And the attack ball sometimes playing against the blocking hands are carrying or holding more or less about 80 centimeters, 70 centimeters, something like this, from the initial contact point until the releasing point. This play is a closer to a handball action than a volleyball action. And no doubt, this gives a great advantage to the attacking team. disbalancing the situation. Now we are going to see a couple of videos, which in the video number one. Now go next, please. Go next. The video number one. This rotation should not be allowed. All of the accompanying balls should not be allowed. To control this, take a parameter. As a parameter, the place where the contact, the player with the ball starts, when the contact starts, and the place where the ball is released. There are 2 points: contact starting play, the contact start, the contact released. In these cases we are showing now, the ball close, the player takes the ball close to his head and carries it almost the entire length of his arm, the entire length of his arm. And we will see the video. Can you imagine a player of 2 meters tall, he probably has some 1 meter of, of the length of the arm, probably. So we can distinguish now how the player, this is an action, a video clip taken from Holland, USA, in the final of the Vienna last year. They were progressively abusing of this play. This play, you will see our model referee is a very well known by you, which is Nash Shaban. I put this on purpose just to show everybody that we are not, we can be example for everybody as well. Is the good point and thing. And here is the only possibility we have 2 actions following in the same play, in the same rally, from one side and the other side. So it's a very good example for showing it. But he was not the only one allowing very much this play. It happens to many referees. That's why I said at the beginning, we are doing something wrong in allowing that. And after that, they were correcting it. The referee were correcting it and were solving the situation, understanding what is the difference in between reboundable and catch and pushable. Now go to next. This is the video. Starting, please. Playing. I hope we can see it. Hope we can watch it. It was difficult. See what I say, that the player take the ball at the head, and close to the head, and push it until the hands of the blocker, the total length of his arm. And this means that it's carrying on the ball, it's taking the ball in the hands for 70, 80 centimeters, I'm sorry. Meter is too much, centimeters, I'm sorry. We cannot see, we cannot watch well here, but I think you can understand the concept. And then when you see the action again, you can understand what is the concept. This is one of the parts. And this was one action after the other. First, it was pushing by the Polish team the ball. Then was pushing by the USA team the ball. Nothing. Okay, let's go to the next, please. Now, this is the video two, and here is the second video. We can understand that this kind of rotation must be allowed because it's different way, the same, the similar action than the others, but it is done taken by the player, taking the ball in front of the head, and that made the player only carry the ball in in his hand, taking the ball in his hand, the half of the length of his arm. I mean, only the length of the forearm, which is completely different, to push it against the blocking hand. This is different. So this action is perfectly allowed. Since the ball is only in his hand, around 10 centimeters, no more than this. It's a very short part. And this fits the common sense of the tolerance. Tolerance is an unwritten rule, but the tolerance is within the common sense. Because if you apply the same concept, you can see that the same distance, the ball is traveling the hand of the setter when they playing in another setting action, taking the ball and playing the movement. Probably they push the ball and having 5, 7, I don't know, 10 centimeters, the ball in the hands. So quickly, we see probably in the very, very slow motion, we can detect that the ball is no releasing the hands of the player, it's achieving the hands of the player, but it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, we cannot see the videos, but it could be what is one, which is not permitted, but it should be called, and this one, which should be allowed. This one, let's see, the next, please. Look at the arm of the player. It's in front of the head. Elbow bend. His elbow is bent, so it's just pushing from there. Unfortunately, we cannot see it. I'm sorry. Well, Majid, but I ask you again, just please to remind you that send it to all participants.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I will send all the videos to participants.
Exactly. They can play in their own computer and we'll see what is
Yes.
meaning.
I will send all these videos to the CAVB, and after they send for all the referees this video.
That's okay. This is next, please. Well, now we have another issue, which is catch a serve ball. Catch a serve ball. This is the ball coming from the service. If the ball is in contact with the hand for an extended period, this is a catch ball. And we can see when there is obviously catch, we can see that. The overhand reception of the serve ball also have been relaxed too much, but it's not because of our instruction. They are allowing referees and allowing exaggerated retention of the ball in the hands. But the rule clearly indicates that the action allows multiple contacts, but doesn't allow catching the ball. There's a difference. Multiple contacts instead of catching the ball. Catching the ball is not allowed by the rules of the game. Remember, volleyball is a rebound game. It's not allowing to catch the ball in any moment. It's a rebound game. But you also has to take into consideration that this is what I'm saying now is an adjustment instruction, just to adjust the criterion in this ball. Just an adjustment instruction. Because we need to go back again to the real concept of this rule, not allowing to catch the ball. And but this is an adjustment instruction. Please don't not pass to the other extreme by exaggerating, censoring any service ball. Service ball receiving the overhand finger, maybe with a small rotation occurred, don't waste that. It must be, that's why I emphasize a lot, that it must be an obvious and clear retention to waste that. Okay, remember, it must be only an obvious retention and clear retention. Next, please.
Mr. Paredes, can you please say how long will you stay in your presentation in order to adapt the time for any questions?
So sorry, say again, please.
How long will you stay in your presentation to adapt the time for questions?
I don't know. It's upon you. I don't care. When I finish here, I don't know. Probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes more. I don't know.
Okay. Because
do you need to cut? Do you need to cut?
No,
why?
we need
No,
just to propose the questions to you before the end of the session.
Guys,
No,
sorry.
we arrange that the questions will be at the end of the session.
Okay.
From the beginning, we inform the participants that they prepare the questions just after the end of each session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Well,
Yeah.
now it's so I'll speak about the consistency. This is the key point. This is the key point, consistency. To keep consistency in the ball handling along the match will provide the referees credibility in front of the teams, in front of everybody, not only the teams. If we are consistent, if we are applying different criteria in different teams, we are not providing credibility for the team because we are not consistent. The big goals of the referee is get fairness, neutrality. And one of the key components for fairness and neutrality is to be consistent. But we can be consistent a little bit more, let's say, strict or less strict, but we are consistent. So this is a big goal for us, to be consistent, to provide fairness and neutrality. And this must be from the first point until the last point of the match. This is what we can measure as consistency. Next, please. The final thought for everybody to read it. Everybody can read it. The referees must not personalize the rules, must not manage it with their own criterion or their own interpretation. On the contrary, they must follow the guideline and instructions given by the referee coach in certain competition to achieve a consistency of criterion in order not to disorient the players, the coaches, and the stakeholders, all including. So a consistent refereeing provides success to a competition. Take into consideration this final thought regarding this, okay? The referee is an individual, so must not personalize the rule. The referee is an individual. The refereeing are all the referees in a competition, are all together the referees in a competition. The refereeing is made by one referee, but any individual referee. So to be consistent among all, will provide success to a competition, because it's what a value to be a very good referee in a competition, doing a right decision, being consistent from the first to the end point to the last point of the match in 3 or 4 matches. This one is, while there are others referees in the same competition who are not doing the same. So this is, everyone is personalizing the rules of managing their own criterion, personalize it, instead to be in a refereeing way. That's why it's very important to follow the instruction given by the referee coach in competition. Okay? While there's not the referee coach, we have a common document in the CAVB platform, e-learning platform, and also in the CAVB website, which is the guideline and instructions for everybody can read it and understand from there. Okay, Majid, next, please. Now, this is a big concept, always.
Yes.
If in doubt, don't whistle. If in doubt, don't whistle at all, please. Big concept, take into consideration as well. Okay. Well, Majid, if no questions, go to the next session, the number 4. In the
Yes, we have questions, yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
How often? Yes. Okay. How often can the first referee ask for assistance from the challenge referee or use the technology to make the decision in the match?
Well, the challenge referee, I'm sorry,
The first referee.
challenge regulation, it is it allowed the referee to request, the first referee to request challenge by himself or herself in case a doubt. It is a doubt. But we recommend the referees to request such a help from the challenge or challenge himself or herself, and in the crucial points of the match or the set, crucial points over 23, 24, or the last point in the set. So if the team involved in the doubt has no more, is exhausted the challenge possibility. The team has 2 challenge possibility per set, 2 unsuccessful challenge possibility per set. If they don't have more because they exhausted 2 challenge possibility, probably in a ball 24, 23, 25, 24, for something, ball in or out, or ball very close to the finger blockers, it could be in doubt. And this team will not have any possibility to request for a challenge. So to be fair with everybody, the first referee could request challenge by himself or herself. In this case, providing fairness to everybody. Understand? But it's there's no number. There's no limit number. But it's not necessary to do this when the team has the 2 challenges available. And then when there is 10, 15 points, 17, the point number 17, 15. So when the real is very, very tight, the situation, and in the crucial moment of the match, okay, we can go ahead with us.
The question
sorry, let me finish. But it's not recommended is to speak with the challenge referee after some situation happen. Sometimes the referee has doubt. He say, oh, it could be yes or no, detached beyond the net, no, and the next really, when the ball is stopped, or when there's a timeout, so request to the challenge referee, hey, challenge, please, could you check again this ball, what happened, just in order to take me away the doubt? No, they don't know. Nothing happened. At the end of the match, we can go and speak about everything, we can review everything, but not during the match. During the match, we must keep going. Okay, go.
The question is in French. Est-ce que le challenge peut être contesté par un joueur qui n'est pas d'accord avec la décision? The player, if he is not, if he doesn't agree with the decision of the challenge referee, can he contest this?
No.
Never.
Challenge referee decision is final. It's not a challenge referee fact. Challenge referee recommendation, because final decision is taken by the first referee. And this is fine. What they can do is request another challenge. As I say, if not the same team, of course, with the team A request a challenge, and the team, the challenge, if in favor of the team A, they say the team B could challenge this decision. Yes, they are right. But if this decision that by the team A, they not satisfy the team A, they cannot again challenge the decision. No, not at all. It's finished. This is the last decision is after the challenge. It must be shown that one is very important to show on the screen the not doubts for everybody, the clear action, the clear decision. Recommendation for challenge referee to do the right thing. They must be proactive with the refereeing team. It probably there is one after other, with the split second of a difference, a fault than the other. We try to avoid the second fault. Just show the first one. in avoiding the second foul, because the only word for us is the first fault. This is the fourth finishing the rally, ending the rally. So they must be very clever as well. They need to think in a practical way with the match and so on. And if it's against the referee's decision, it doesn't matter. We can understand. That's why we have the challenge. Against the referee decision, let's go and show against the referee decision. Okay.
But in any case here, the player has not the right to contest any decision of the referees. No player can contest the decision.
No contest decision. No, of course no. But they can request for explanation.
Because we ask the player, is the player can contest the decision of the referee.
No. Ask for explanation is different. We can explain well there. We can explain.
Yes. Okay. The following questions. Last.
There is a question, Majid.
Yes, please.
Based on modern method.
Let me, please. I am reading this question, Tarak. Please, let me.
Okay.
Sorry. So based on the modern method of refereeing, we can now be less severe in our judgment of ball handling first to encourage the players to grow. Is this the directive now for referees from FIVB? I think we speak about this. You explain this.
Yes, I did it. Yes,
yes, you think. But if you want to repeat again, up to you. But I think
it's okay. Just you can see that I said, and I said normally sometimes there is no let's say a standardized in between the low levels around the world, the low level categories around the world. Probably most of the federation, the local federation, domestic volleyball has this question, the referees in there. How can we perform with the lower level categories versus the high level categories within our federation? Not only international, but it's in the same federation, let's say. How can we manage this situation? Do we have to be less severe with the kids and allow more the kids to play the ball and be more severe with the senior players? Because it has the same level you can use in any way you can use, but you must to understand that you have to. I recommend you speak with the coaches. You have a coaches association in your federation. Just make a meeting with them. Just speak with them. What is the best for the players? We are talking about techniques. We're talking about how to grow the level of the players in order they can play volleyball in the best way possible in the future, in order they don't abandon the volleyball and leave in volleyball to go into another sport. This is what it is. I encourage you to speak, to have a dialogue with the coaches as well, having an association like a commission, refereeing commission with the coaches commission in certain federation. Speak each other, because volleyball is common for us. Everybody knows. Everybody needs to speak about volleyball. We all need volleyball. You understand? This is the way we can grow up. This is can be encouraging by the FIVB president. Even we are talking with the coaches commission in the FIVB. We are finding solution for some certain problem. We cannot see only the referee side. Volleyball is all. We are a lot of stakeholders in there. We are a lot of people working in volleyball. We are a lot of people working, in the rules of the game, in construction of the rules of the game. But We need to provide the view from the referee side. The coaches need to provide the view from the refereeing coaches. The players, well, they have word to speak and say, and the leaders, because they know what is the best way to, let's say, sell the volleyball. We cannot live it with, we don't have sponsors. If we don't have an attractive sport, we will not have a sponsor at all in the future, because there will not be interest in anybody to promote in a sport which is not, let's say, which is not attractive. You understand? So this construction must not only be in the hands of the referees. To say in another way, I'm the president of the rules of the game and refereeing commission of the CAVB, on the rules of the game, but I am not the person saying which rule should be changed and which rule should be kept.
Yes.
No, not at all. It's just collecting a lot of information, a lot of discussion with other stakeholders in order to have a common approach and a common decision in between everybody. You understand? Thank you. Go.
I have a remark from the referee Divan. Thank you for considering to send the presentation and videos to the referees as the quality of the play during the presentation is not good.
That's
we will
okay.
take in consideration this and we will do this, I hope. Last question, according to this request must be done before he gives a decision or after he gives a decision. Referee requests challenge for himself before or after he gives a decision. I read.
Always before. Always before. If the referee already took a decision, and we are talking about the challenge himself or herself, no? I understand. Yes?
Yes. That's,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if this question is this situation when requesting a challenge by himself or herself is always must be before taking any decision. Wisdom, and then challenge to myself. Don't do any movement before that, okay? This is just to avoid any question, any situations.
Okay. This is the last. Finish the questions. Yes.
Good. So let's go now to the session 4, which is the last one, but not the less.
Sorry. Okay.
This is the block touch versus 4 hits touch. This is because you're requesting to speak about this, and I will do that. Okay, so let's go with the next slide. Well, what is the problem here? We should be aware of the difficulties involving the determination of whether an attack hit contacted the block or only hit the net band, possibly resulting in 2 or 4 hits by the attacking team. Here is the action: contacted versus net band. It is only hit the net band, the ball, or also hit the blocking hands. This is the big question. Next, we're going to try to see here a physics lesson. As of course, it's very, very far away to be a physics lesson. That's just a simple diagram to explain something of this. The angle of incidence versus the angle of reflection of the ball. If a ball impacts the band of the net in an angle of 30 degrees, next please, an angle of 30 degrees, like this is a ball of attack. It's conformed, let's say, a 30 degrees angle in between the direction of the ball and the net, the net band, okay? Look at that, okay. The normal rebound, in this case, would be also at 30 degrees, but in the opposite direction. Go next. It could be, and in the opposite direction. This is what we see there in the diagram. Unless this ball hits something like a blocker's hand the blocker's arm, the head of the blocker, something like this, which is more stronger than the other. This could be the normal rebound of the ball if there is no touch at all from the other side. Ball hit the net band and rebound in the same angle but in the other direction. Next now. But in this case, now stop, please. Follow my instruction.
Yes.
But in this case, we have here that the ball rebound is not at 30 degrees. It's a different degree. It means that the ball must have hit something for sure. The blocker hand, the blocking arm, the next please, the head of the player, etc., etc. Next. Well, we see here, it's not the same like before. It's a different direction, the ball. So it is proof that something is happening there. Something is happening there for sure. Otherwise, the rebound should be the same like we see in the previous picture, in the previous slide, I'm sorry, in the same angle. Now it's not the same angle. So something is different here. So we can be sure, we can bet that this ball is touching the block. Not only the top band of the net, but also some part of the arm or the hands of the player. Go next. Attack angle, rebound angle. This is here we can see from the end core camera, we are going to see in the coming video, from the end core camera, the angle, when I'm speaking now, of the attack, and the angle of the rebound, the direction taken by the rebounding ball. We can see in the next video from the end of the court, is showing what is I showed just before with the diagram. So regardless, if it was too fast to see, probably happened, it's too fast to see for the eye of the referee and confuse it at the moment when the ball crashed onto the net band, and we cannot see exactly if the ball is touching the blocking hand or not. The ball must have hit something beside the net band. And if the third referee should be confident to allow the play to continue here instead of calling 4 hits. We're talking about the angle. If the angle is different, we can be confident that the ball hit the block. And instead to whistle 4 hit, we can allow the ball continue. Otherwise, the referee calling a foul, and then after the revision, after the review of the challenge sitting, we found that a mistake we made is obliged to do a replay of the rally. And sometimes this replay of the rally can be prejudicial, can damage a team. Let's see next, please. This is a video. Well, I will explain because it's impossible for watching there what happened, what's going on. The rebound of the ball in the net was considered by the referee as the ball didn't touch the block at all, that the ball just touched the net band, and he whistled for 4 hit. But the things here, the curious thing here is that the action was not finished, because it rebounded and the Polish team could play the ball. Could play the ball again. And the referee whistled for 4 touch. Okay, but just playing the ball in another proper way, let's say, probably the ball could not be kept on the iron nets. Look at the rebound here. It's not in the same direction. It's coming. Now the referee must show the replay of the game, of the rally. What is the situation here? If you can see well the rally, unfortunately you cannot see there. The ball is rebounding from the net, and one of the Polish players reached the ball, he took the ball before the ball landed on the floor. So it could not recover the ball. If the referee should not whistle, the player cannot recover the ball. But he whistled before the ball touched the floor. And after, the player tried defense. This is why he was obliged, after the review of the challenge, he was obliged to play again, to make a replay. And this is damaging the team, damaging one of the team. In this case, the USA team. Go next, please. Well, statistically, we are talking about 80, 90%, probably 80, 90 to 12% all the time, is probably that this situation happens, that the rebounding is different than the ball when it's coming, the different angle. And certainly, this is a very high percentage. It is not always the same rebounding, of course. It's not always the same. It's not automatically, but probably this is a very high possibility. We tested that, and we know that. And therefore, it is less probably that a ball hitting the net band will lead to a 4 hits by the attacking team. Like we saw in the video just before. In this case, the referee, very experienced one, very experienced, very good referee as well, that he did the mistake that not only to say 4 touches, that did the mistake of say if the ball is finishing, the action is finishing. Why I whistle for touch? I cannot whistle for touch, it's not necessary. You cannot hit just whistling for touch, ball in. That's it. No question at all. So this is things to take into consideration. You will see when you can be able to watch the video well, you will see what I am speaking now and what is trying to say. It's difficult try to explain with words something which is very easy to see on the screen, to see with the video. Let's see the next video. Here they're using the magnifier as well. It's proving that the ball touched the block. So referee was not so happy to making the signal for playing again, for replaying. Well, he for sure felt frustrated because that's a situation. But okay, well, now it's important to repeat again, and I will say that's in the next slide. Go to the next slide, please.
Okay.
Here is just because if you are a challenge referee, next.
مشيت ولا مشيتش؟
Okay. If you are a challenge referee, you must think to choose the best view. This is to show the block contact. We need to convince others that my BM camera view or net camera view could be any one of these side could be viewed. That's good. We must realize that the side view net camera can also show the ball is spinning up from the net band to the blocker's hand. That is happening in this situation. Sometimes it's not only the end camera, the best view. Probably sometimes, like in this slideshow just before, is the net camera the best option for watching this action. And here it was happening even with the magnifier for clear seeing the touch of the ball onto the blocker hands. So it's normally when we do something like this. Now let's go to the next video, please. The next. But look at now, how much the net moves when the ball is blocked. Oh, unfortunately, not possible to see this. But the net could be moved a lot, but vertically both, vertically and horizontally, could be moved when the ball hits the top band of the net. And even when the net is under tension, like it is, it's moved very much. And sometimes, or most of the time, they say it's not only moving the net band, the net top net of the band, the net band, but it's also touching or reaching in certain way, a certain moment, the arms or the hands of the blocker. These things made us, okay, let's go to the next because it's not possible. This is why they say movements, the movement of the net with the body hit is very strong. Is very strong. And this makes sometimes that the ball hitting the blocker hands. And the blocker often doesn't not even feel the ball. It could be the net band hitting his or her arms. They are feeling probably that this is the net band which is touching their arms and not the ball. Probably they don't feel that. This is important. But we need to have some caution when we speak about 80 and 80% of the percentage. Why? Because in the lower levels of volleyball, lower categories, this percentage is probably the ball hitting the net and the blocker is less, very much less. Why? Because the ability of the blockers to reach beyond the net or the timing, their blocking action should be less than the top volleyball levels. So we need to take into consideration this as well. So different. I'm talking 89% of the time when I talk in the high level, but it's not the same for the lower levels, lower categories. The play is much slow. They are not so strong attackers. They are not so strong blockers. Probably they don't go blocking beyond the net. Many factors. But just to take into consideration that. And in the high level, as we always say and instructing the referees now, that if we are using the challenge system, take into consideration the angle. Take it. If you are sure that you see the net, the block touch, just whistle. If you are seeing that, not whistle. If you are sure that you see the net, the ball hitting the net only, so go ahead and whistle the 4 touches. But having the possibility to use the challenge system, What about to let the play go in order to stop the rally because of your fault? Probably you must later on give a replay, and you are damaging a team for sure. Let's go next, please.
Yes.
Well, if we consider the previous analysis, maybe we can understand that it may be wiser to accept that statistically 4 touches is not always the best call. Repeat, I'm talking about the high level. Therefore, this understanding would allow the referee to make a decision preventing them damaging a team, damaging to any team, to one of the teams. Right? If we are not wasting the 4 touch and we allow the play go, the ball keep flying, so we are preventing damaging a team. And if the team requests for a challenge, okay, let's go to a challenge. The challenge will decide which is the final action. Okay? This is the final advice for you, the final concept for you. Now, go to the next, please. Question 4 hits only if you are 100% sure. This is the final advice for everybody. Well, what we're talking about in the fourth session of this presentation is all related to the modern volleyball. It's everything related to the modern volleyball. It's everything related to the modern referee. There are a lot of things you need to think about to change for the future, to change your habits, the old habits into the new one. It's not easy, but you must try. You need to speak in the groups. You need to speak in your commissions about this. You need to be informed all the time. You need to be aware of all instructions. These are not rule changes. Remember, these are not rule changes. It's just instruction changing. But when it changes interpretation from years ago to the normal volleyball, nowadays volleyball, we need to adapt the referee to the nowadays volleyball. Volleyball is very different than the volleyball before. Even the volleyball played 4 or 5 years ago, now it's different. So we need to be updated all the time. And the only way to be updated is reading, consulting, speaking, asking, and go throughout the website, the e-learning platform of the CAVB. I invite you, all of you, to go throughout there and learn about that. This the learning platform is updating and monitoring all the time, but my big friend and the former president of Rule Game Commission, Sandy Steele, which is still working with me, thanks God, still working together with me, very close with me in preparation, doing everything of this regarding the teaching referees around the world. So you have there in Africa now, following the work started by Hassan, you have now Majid. Majid Jerat is member of the Refereeing Rule of Game Commission of the CAVB, and he's very well aware of everything that I'm telling here. So it's important for you to consult him when you need anything. And the same way, when Majid is in doubt on anything, he's consulting me, because this is the way. If I don't know anything, I'm not sure about anything, I consult to 3 or so, or the team or the group leaders in my commission. Sandy Steele, Laszlo Herpai, Sergei Titov, and in beach volleyball mother, Jose Casanova, which was also the secretary of the Refereeing Rules of the Game Commission of the CAVB. So we need to ask, we need to be aware every time of the last instruction in order to keep the refereeing inserting in the modern volleyball we are playing nowadays in the CAVB World Volleyball. Okay, my friend, this is the next is just to wish you all a very good luck in your future, doing whatever you do, and the refereeing most even. Thank you very much for your attention. Just you have a question, the last question of this last. Majid, please go ahead.
Yes, I will. No.
Mr. Magid, we have
Sorry, last question. Sorry, I have a last question. In case of power tip, by attacking the ball by pushing or directing the ball with the fingertips or with power tips, you have more control over the ball in case when prolonged contact is permitted.
The only thing here is you take into consideration the time when the time where the ball is in contact with the hands. How long is the time and the distance? The only thing is you can hit the ball with the fingers. You can hit the ball with the palm of the arm or the hands or whatever. The question here is how long time and how distant the ball is taken in your hand. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. I have nothing to add unless I would again thank you, my president, for this interesting presentation. Really, I think that the first time we have the opportunity to have this kind of presentation with full advices to follow the modern refereeing as required by CAVB. Thank you again. See you another time in another presentation. Thank you, President.
Okay. Well, Majid, just for saying the last word, please.
Yes.
I'm so sorry because the presentation probably was not filling the expectation of some of you. It is different to be in a presence,
Yes,
in
sure.
the presence seminar, let's say, like
Yes.
using this kind of tool, the webinar. We cannot play the videos, and the videos are essential for showing some things regarding all to the ball managing, regarding to the blog and so others. But anyway, I told you and asked you, please, Majid, share with all the attendants here the presentation, the whole presentation. Share with them in order they can see what is what is happening in their own computer later on. It's a better way to spread out everybody, all of you, the concept in this presentation. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and sorry again. I hope the next time when the technology is getting better and better and better. It's not the technology. Probably this time is the worldwide. Probably this time is the internet speed in the world is reducing a lot because there are a lot of people in home. If they are using Netflix, they are using Amazon and some other entertainment apps. So it's taking the speed of the wideband. This probably happened. Okay, doesn't matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
هلا قفلق خليلي